Okay, I'm super excited about panel number 2 is now about, you've got a few skills. Maybe you're a teenager. Okay, so we want these guys are going to just share the most incredible parts of their stories, the trials, the tribulations. The worst days are often their best days. So I'm so proud to introduce this guy. Lorien Cameron moved to the Gold Coast from Byron Bay as a teenager. He was at once, you couldn't believe it now looking at this guy, he was once homeless, drug addicted, and didn't finish high school. He became a martial arts expert and a personal trainer. And before joining the Juice Plus company 3 years ago, he is now a 100 NMD, 100 Club NMD. This guy's passion is infectious. He is so passionate about empowering the world to live the life of their dreams on their own terms and inspiring healthy living around the world. Please welcome to the stage this legend, Lorien Cameron.
Okay, awesome. How cool is that? What an awesome start. So today we are going to be talking a little bit about the power of passion and perseverance, and who I couldn't think of better to share their stories, a couple of no excuses women that have made it happen. So if Kate and Erin would like to come to the stage. And, you know, what I know is that 80 to 90% of this tribe are mamas making it happen, yeah? And so I'd love to introduce Erin first, who is a mum of 3, and when she came into this business, she had a traditional business as well, which she was managing the family, the business, and had every excuse why not to make this work, but she made it happen. And she's a national marketing director in the business for about 2.5 years now. So I'm going to hand it over to Erin.
Thanks. Thanks, Lorien. Thanks, Lorien. Hi guys, my name's Erin. So yeah, I'm a national marketing director. I've been with the Juice Plus company for about 2.5 years. I'm a mum of 3, so my kids are 5, 3 and 1. And before I started with Juice Plus, I was running a traditional business with my husband. And really our traditional business was really stressful, really time-consuming, took over our lives, took over time with our children, and really just meant that there was no fun left in our life for anything else. And I had to put my kids in daycare to run my husband's business. Our conversations were all based around work. Our holidays all kind of came back to work and the business and what was happening at home or what the staff had done. So it just meant that life just wasn't what I wanted it to be like. So when I found out about Juice Plus, I got really excited. I love helping people, I love health, I love business, I love working with other mums, so it made perfect sense to me, and I'm a really determined person. If I set my mind to something, I'm going to go out there and make it happen no matter what. So one of the first things that came up in my business was that there was a conference in Hamilton Island, and I had a lot of excuses or a lot of reasons why that was going to be a difficult thing to make happen. I had an 11-month-old baby. I had a husband who was a bit sceptical about what I was doing and not very supportive. I had a lot going on at home I needed to take care of, but I was really excited about what this business could be, so I decided to buy a plane ticket for myself, and I took my mum to help with my baby, and we went up there, and Linda was also running a quantum leap challenge. So when I hear the word challenge, I always decide that I'm going to win and go for it. So I took part in the challenge and I won a spot, and we had lunch with Jeff Roberti and Lorien Slocum, and it was an amazing experience. So for me, it really just kick-started my business and what I really wanted this to be, and I didn't have any trouble, seeing the big picture or the vision. That was never an issue for me. It was just about going out and making it happen. So I was straight into action. I was on training. I was doing events. I was talking to lots of people. Every week we ran a Mummies on a Mission Zoom with Kira and myself and one of the other mums. So we showed up no matter what, even if, we probably wanted to be sitting on the couch watching TV or The Bachelor or something. The only time we really missed it was if we were having a baby and we couldn't come that week. We did events in Melbourne. Adam would come down and nobody would come. And that was okay. I didn't really mind because I just knew what I was doing. I knew that I was really determined. So I spent basically the first 7 months just working really consistently on my business, but not that much was happening. But I wasn't going to give up because I'm really not like that. And then I guess it just started to come together. I found a few team members who kind of wanted this like I did. And I just kept working from there. I was still juggling everything else. I was juggling the kids and my husband and his business. Then I had... I'll flick the slides. So these are my kids, so my 3 children, and I guess at the end of the day, they're the reason that I work so hard. I had my 3rd baby, the small one, in April 2016, and then I went NMD in August 2016. And I think a lot of the reason that happened was because I really applied a no excuses policy to my business, because right from the start it was a priority, and I knew I wanted this so bad that I wasn't going to let anything hold me back. Like I said, I had a lot going on behind the scenes and it was never perfect. I'd be doing Zooms with kids screaming and running around and trying to do everything, and it definitely wasn't easy. But if someone asked me to do something, I always said yes, and I never made excuses. And I know that set a really good example for my team as well. So this year in April, I'm going to flip that. That's part of the journey. So we've had some amazing experiences, I guess, over the past 2.5 years. So in April, we travelled to America for the American conference. And that was another time where I definitely could have had reasons not to go. I had my baby who was about 12 months old and having to leave the other kids at home, do a long-haul flight to America. That was a pretty scary thought, to go on a plane for that long with a baby. I couldn't take a babysitter all that way. So, that was quite challenging. But I know that when I look back over the last 2.5 years, one of the key things that's helped me find success, and that I definitely see as a key thing for other people running their business, is being consistent. Because showing up every day and working on your business isn't that hard. I definitely believe that I could have made excuses, and anyone can make excuses if they want to, but probably making excuses isn't going to help your business or help make you money. So this is one of my my favourite quotes, that you can make excuses or money, but you can't make both. And this business isn't about the money that you make. It's about, how you can change your life and how you can change other people's lives. But I think that it's really important to have a no excuses policy. And at the end of the day, we all have the same amount of hours in a day. And it's really about having your priorities straight and deciding, what you want to do with your time. And if it's important to you, you can make it happen. The other thing that I think is really amazing about our business is that if you're a mum, you can still be a mum and be a successful businesswoman. So, we have the opportunity to do that with this business, to do both. We can still juggle our kids, but we can still build an amazing business, and I think that we're really lucky to have that. And just having a vision of what you want out of this and showing up every day, because if you don't know what your vision is, then you're not going to show up for your business every day. So I guess for you guys, I just want to challenge you in the next 90 days to be consistent with your business, which shouldn't be a challenge. If you're able to spend 15 minutes a day, everyone has 15 minutes a day or half an hour a day, and just don't make excuses, because if you know what you really want out of this, you shouldn't need to make excuses. And if you want to be successful, you can, and you can do anything you set your mind to.
So is there a few mums in the room that can relate to a bit of that? There's a few mums here that have had a few of their excuses squashed. Yeah? A couple? Yeah? No one. Everyone's good. All right. But the truth, so for me, the truth is that I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for mums like Erin and Kate that are making it happen. You know, it really is about raising up your team and supporting them. So I want to introduce Kate Robinson, National Marketing Director. She's a mum of two beautiful boys, and she was a full-time working mum when she came into this business and managing a full-time family as well. And it's been an absolute pleasure to watch her shine. And I'd like to, Kate, take it away. Give her a
Thanks, guys. Really excited to be here today and just to share, I guess, my journey with you, but also hopefully to give you a few lessons I've learned along the way and how to get through the hard times. So, basically, you know, having limiting beliefs, that was me. I had one specific traumatic life event happen during my journey. And I also had some disappointment. So hands up, this is a bit of an interaction, hands up if you've got self-limiting beliefs right now. All right, look around, it's most of the room. If I could put my hand up, I would. I still have them. Hands up if you've had a traumatic event or something really upsetting happen in your life, in your journey along the way. Okay, there's a fair few people there too. And hands up if you've had disappointment. You've set a goal, you haven't made it, and you've had crushing disappointment. Awesome. Okay, so this is for you, and I guess if you're brand new in the business and you're like, you know, it's day one, nothing's happened, hopefully it might be a little bit of, something that might come up for you that you might be able to look back on. So for me, as Lorien said, it's been a 2-year journey with Juice Plus. And, you know, that's been my journey to NMD, which has been amazing. And, you know, I look back, you can see the slides right now, I look back at the beginning of my journey and standing here today, and you could pretty much very well think, well, geez, she must have done it easy. It's only 2 years, you know. But honestly, it wasn't always like that. So I've just put a few slides together today to share that with you. So when I started my business in March 2015, I never believed I would be NMD. I never believed I would be on this stage sharing my story with you. So if you feel like that right now, I can tell you you can change it. And I did. When I talk about self-doubt, I really talk about being teachable and following the system. You're going to have self-doubt, you're going to have limiting beliefs, and I know Kira's already shared it this morning, action will take you out of doubt. Action will build your courage, will build that muscle. So for me, in the beginning, I'd been on the products for 6 months when I joined, so I had amazing belief in the products, in the program, and that was easy to share. So attracting customers was easy. Not exactly easy, but it felt natural. Felt natural to share what I love. I guess my first obstacle was sharing the business. I know many of you probably feel the same. It's like, oh, how do I say what I do? How do I say what it is? And I kind of was like, not going to do it. And Adam, he helped me get over that. And that's what I mean about being teachable. I was stuck in self-doubt, and Adam said, what about you reach out to a few people and ask some questions? I thought, oh, God, that doesn't sound very hard. So I did, and I just looked at the people in front of me, and I asked a few simple questions, how are you going? What are you doing for work? Oh, okay, you're still there. You must be really enjoying it. Nope. Oh, okay. Well, what else are you going to do? I don't know. Well, I don't know if this is for you, but, I'm really loving it. This is what it's bought me. Would you like to take a look? That conversation bought me my first team member. It got them in love with the product, in love with the business, and I made SDVF happen in my fast track, which was amazing. And I overcame that first obstacle of self-doubt. But then life happened. So, I think being a mum, as Lorien shared, working full-time, having a sceptical husband, which I did, it was hard. We were renovating our house, and then out of the blue, I lost my auntie, just within days. She lived away, my mum's a widower, it's her only sister, her only living family member apart from her children. So I felt the impact of that enormously. My mum couldn't go down, I couldn't go down, I couldn't be with my family. And there was the rest of her remaining siblings gone. And I remember I was in the gym with Lorien and life was hard. I was, dealing with the loss of my auntie, helping comfort my mum. And, he's all energetic, energizer buddy that he is, and I'm just still trying to exercise and do my best. And he's like, oh, the business is great, it's doing this. And I'm like, stop. Do not talk to me about this business. And if you do, we will not train together and I will never speak to you. So he was like, okay. It was pretty confronting. He got a lot of the brunt of it and he's like, that's it, I'm shutting up. So the next traumatic thing that happened for me was not long after my auntie passed away, I had to go away for work. It was part of my job. I was a business development manager for a travel company, so I had to travel. It was in school holidays. So not only had I dealt with this traumatic loss and being away from my mum, and then my mum having to look after my children for me, and she was going through her own loss, I was away in Adelaide, not talking about the business, not talking to Lorien, and I was feeling really sorry for myself, really down in the dumps. And so I think you can see here I'm beaming, smiling at SDVF, and that was my first ever training with Team Spirit. It wasn't even a 90-day game plan. It was just a training session at QT. But there was a big gap between that smile and the next picture, me on stage in October. So that's when all this happened, and I was in Adelaide. It was winter, and it was dark, and there was no sun, and I felt every bit miserable that the weather provided, and I felt physically ill. Like, if you felt homesickness, you actually feel ill. You're not ill, but you feel ill. And I remember my husband saying to me, I know how that feels. I was crying in the car, driving to a meeting, going, I can't do this anymore. I just can't be here. I can't do this again. Next time an event comes up, I'm not going. I have to have another job. I have to find another job when I get home. I can't do this again. And I was bawling my eyes, on hands-free, thank goodness, driving in the streets of Adelaide. And he said to me, I know exactly how you feel. You just need to go and do something for yourself. So I was like, okay, you're right. I've got no kids. My husband's not here. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get a manicure and a pedicure. When I was out having my manicure and my pedicure, Adam called. So Lorien did the right thing. He sent in the guardian angels, because I'm not talking to him. So Adam sends me a message first and says, hey, buddy, how are you? We got a minute to chat? And I'm like, sitting here getting my nails done. Sure, okay, I can chat. So I had a conversation with Adam. And, it was one of those coaching calls that really kind of helped me connect the fact that I had something in my lap that I'd stopped doing because life was hard. And life is hard, but I stopped doing it and life was still freaking hard. I wasn't doing the business, I wasn't getting anywhere, and I was still stuck with hard life. And I thought, you know what, I do have something. I don't need to go home and get another job because it's just going to be the same shit, somewhere else, which is pretty much what it would be. So I did in that conversation decide that this was the opportunity. This was the shift that I needed. And then I got back to my hotel room and I got another message. Linda. I don't know, I think Lorien must have been talking to them. And then Linda said, "Hey, hun, how you going?" I'm like, "I'm good. How are you?" She's like, "Have you got time? Do you want to have a chat?" I'm like, "Okay." And, you know, I'm really forever grateful that Adam and Linda did spend the time to pick up the phone and talk to me. They knew that I was teachable. They knew that I was coachable. And I was figuring out my why. And in that trip, I did figure out my why, and they very graciously helped me connect it all. So I had another conversation with Linda. I thought, you know what? She asked me quite a lot of good quality questions, which Linda does. And she said, you know, if you could start again, just do it again. Start as if you were heading to SDVF. Could you do that again? I went, "Oh, yeah, did it once. I can do it again." So I did. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to post what's really happening here, what I'm going through. I'm going to be authentic. So I did. I just did a simple post, capsules in my hand. I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling homesick, but, you know, I'm in this dark, lonely hotel room, and thank goodness I've got these beautiful capsules that are going to give me a boost of energy, a boost of positivity. And then, bing, my first believer. Even though I had a team member, this was my first believer from that pivotal moment. I know Gordon's talked about pivots. But from that change, I had my first believer, Michaela, all the way from the UK. And she'd asked me before about the business. Well, she'd actually asked me about the products, not the business. And we just never really connected. And, you know, it wasn't a priority for me really to talk to her, so I didn't. And so in that conversation, and I remember Erin talking about when they were on the Mummies on a Mission, because I sent Michaela to go to the Mummies on a Mission event, and I clearly remember the girls going, "Is anyone on? Do we have to do this? We don't really want to do this." And it's true, you know, they showed up regardless, and I'm like, "Yeah, girls, I've got a girl, you know, tuning in from the UK now. Can you, okay." And there's like kids running around everywhere, it's madness. And from that, you know, Michaela did join, she got the product, she joined the business, and that was really the shift that I needed. So, you know, I came back from Adelaide and I went to work. And I did, I decided this was my why. I didn't need another job, so I stayed in my shitty job, and I had to go away again in September, and I faced that was going to happen, but there was a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just going to put this down now. So I guess my next obstacle was getting to SC. So it's SDVF training early 2015, and then getting to SC. And conference, I missed the conference in Hamilton Island that year because I'd only just started, so it was literally on around the time that I signed my application. And then the next conference that year was in the USA. I was only in SDVF, and I was only figuring out if I'm actually going to do this. Anyway, so I had a conversation with my husband. He's like, "Nope, you're nowhere near where you need to be in your business. You haven't earned enough money. This is not an investment you should make. It's not a good business decision." And so anyway, we overcame that obstacle as a team, and I got on a plane for the very first time. I got a passport for the very first time because of this business, and I went to my first international conference. And that's when I really, you know, I set a goal for myself to be SC before I got on that plane, to prove to my husband that, you know, my bonus, my retail profit, all of that was going to fund this trip. So I jumped on the plane, I got there, and I really saw, you know, what the vision was in this business and in this company. So fast forward, game plan, and the beautiful Erin and I had VIP tickets, front row seats, taking selfies back then well before we were NMDs, and we were idolising the people on stage. We also got to go on the leadership, the yacht, with Olivia Charlotte Measures, if anyone else did that. And, You know, I've been to leadership retreat in the Yarra Valley with the beautiful Juice Plus company. I went to my first ever Melbourne conference as Q&MD. And, you know, I went about sharing the mission, living the mission, being mission-driven, Then NMD school in August 2015, and then this game plan last year. So I really want to share now the disappointment. So at this game plan, we had an amazing opportunity to do a breakthrough session. We got to break boards. I just brought my board here just to show you. We got to break boards as the leadership group, and mine had NMD on my board. And so we got to also put a self-limiting belief or an obstacle on the back and choose which one we wanted to break through. So I really wanted to break through my self-limiting beliefs and my low self-worth. And I set my game plan goal, my 90-day game plan goal, which you'll all be encouraged to do today. I set NMD for December. And it wasn't a massive stretch. You know, I did look at the numbers and work with Lorien and Adam. And Adam's fantastic at mapping out how that can be possible. So we did that. I knew it was possible. But I didn't make it. It didn't happen. So I know lots of you had your hands up before saying you'd set a goal, it didn't happen, and you suffered disappointment. So that was me. And, you know, I've got my beautiful team there, some who are here, Sam and Nat, and Louise is here as well. You know, I had to put on a brave face. I think it's gone ahead. Might be missing one. I had to really put on a brave face in December because I was hoping that I'd be celebrating NMD. I'd organised a Christmas lunch catch-up with my team, and I had to whack on a happy face, even though I felt really down in the dumps. Debbie Downer. I was like, this party, didn't get my bonus, I can't really pay for it. Anyway, you know, Debbie Downer. And it was, how did I push through disappointment? How are you going to push through disappointment? So I had amazing leadership and support around me, Adam and Lorien. You know, they were always there. And Adam was amazing at catching me when I was hiding. And I was hiding. I was like, I didn't make it. I'm not going to play. Just not going to play. It didn't happen. He's like, come on, Kate, you're hiding. And so I did. He'd say, it's time to catch up. And I'd be like, oh, okay. And then I'd say to Nat, I don't want to catch up. I know what they're going to say. So I just really implored you to be teachable, because when you get that disappointment, the people around you are going to help you push through it. And it didn't happen in December, but it did happen in April. So each month after that, I had to reframe myself. So January, February, March, and then April. And that's the minute, that's the face, when you realise NMD is done. So yeah. Thank you.
Well done. You're good. All right, amazing. And so proud and grateful to watch Kate's journey. So who here would like to attract a tribe of followers that believe in what you believe in and create a rocking, profitable, long-term, sustainable business? Anyone like to? Awesome. So I'm in the right place. So for me, when I first came into this business, it was all about me. You know, I was massively in debt. I was doing crazy hours at work. I had the bill collectors calling me. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was sick and tired of getting to the end of the week and not knowing how I was going to, pay the next bill, put fuel in the car, and all of that sort of stuff. So I remember going to the supermarket. Not used to this. Oh, we got the first one. Good. So yeah, I was massively in debt. I was sick of the bill collectors calling me. I was in massive financial pain. And I remember going to the supermarket and collecting, my food, and then watching as you're going through the checkout, the guys, the little things going up nice and fast. And you're going, slow down, and then it goes over your budget. And I'm like, oh my God, how much money have I got in the bank? And it gets to the point where you're going to put your card in, and I'm like, oh my God, please don't decline. Like, bunch of people here, lining up, and like, oh my God. And then it declines, and I'm like, okay, I'll just transfer some money. Then there's no money in my bank account. And then you do that thing that you swore you'd never do. You use your credit card, right? And I put the credit card in. And and I know it's maxed out, but you know how you got that extra little bit at the top, like the little overdraft where they charge you some extra money? And I'm just like praying that it goes through. And then if it doesn't go through, I'm like, taking out one item at a time. Oh, yep, no, okay. Anyone had that experience? Well, that was me, yeah? So when I came into this business, I was highly motivated. When I worked out that this business could change my life, when that first $100 hit my bank account, I was like, oh my God, this isn't a scam. Because all the other ones were. I actually made real money. So then I went about going out and spewing all over everyone. Kate, where are you? Yeah, Kate. And I couldn't shut up about it. I was like, oh my God, this thing's going to change your life. It's awesome. You should do it. Like, just obsessed, right? Spewed all over everyone. And what I came to, God forbid you sat next to me on the plane on the way to America for 12 hours. You were getting a juice plus bashing for 12 hours. Oh my God, talk about not what to do. But I was passionate, I was excited, yeah? And what I came to realize is that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, okay? And if you talk about what you believe with others, you'll attract others that believe in what you believe also. So it's in our innate DNA from thousands and thousands of years to find people, to seek out people that believe and have values that are similar to ours. Because when we surround ourselves with people who have similar beliefs and values, we can build trust and we can feel safe. So wherever we go, we're looking for, when we're in uncertain circumstances. So think about when you went overseas last time. Now, if you haven't been overseas, the good news is if you're in this business, there's a high chance that you're going overseas. But think about when you went overseas, right? And you walk into a bar, like you feel naked and afraid. You know no one. And you walk in a bar and then you meet someone and you're like, oh, where are you from? Oh, Australia. And then you're like best mates straight away, right? You're like, oh my God, I found someone. Because you've formed that bonding. But if you went out to Surfers Paradise and you went and said to someone, hey, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Australia. Oh my God, Australia! I think you're a little bit crazy, right? So our species survival, we've survived over thousands and thousands of years because we've sought out other people to surround ourselves so we can feel safe. Millions of years ago, if a saber-toothed tiger came out and I was there with my little sword, I was like, I was dinner. But if I was there with my tribe, my herd, my team, and then it was the saber-toothed tiger who was becoming dinner. So we have this innate, we're biologically wired to find people that are like us, and we like people that are like us. So why that's so important is because when you know what you stand for, when you know what you believe in, the people are going to come. You don't need to worry about the customer avatar. You don't need to worry about what's my target audience. You know how many hours I've spent stressing over that stuff? Useless, not high-paying activities, right? I'm telling you, I've done it all. I've got like 3 brands, 4 brands, this, that. Total waste of time, right? You got to just work out what you stand for, what you believe in. And when you do that, you can then tell the world. You can shout it from the rooftops. So a couple of things are going to happen there. You're going to attract the people that believe in what you believe. Now, if you want to build a long-term sustainable business, they're the people you want in your business. Because we've all had the experience of going to an event, right? You go to an event, well, some of us, put it on the to-do list. You go to an event, and now don't take me wrong, but there's a person there that you can just feel is not quite the right fit for this community, right? So they might buy the product and you might even convince them to join the business. but they're not going to stay in the game long term because they don't believe it's a bit incongruent. So they've got their tribe, they've got their place, right? But it's not necessarily here long term. And that's why it's so important to find the people that believe in what you believe. And it will also repel the people who don't. It's going to save you time, energy, money, and effort with the people. You know the people that start, but they just never do anything? Right? Because you got them a bit excited, right? But they didn't truly get the mission. They didn't truly buy into what we're about. So when you're mission-driven, you're not going to, well, I'm skipping ahead, but when you're mission-driven, you're not going to give up on a bad day. When you're mission-driven, you're not going to hear the negative opinions of others. When you're mission-driven, when you're here for something greater, it's not going to feel like work, because working for something that you don't care about is called stress. Working for something that you love is called passion. The number one quality of the highly successful that they all have in common is they all have passion. And passion is the intense, positive feeling you get from pursuing activities that give you true, deep meaning, that are truly deeply in meaning for you. Pursuing something you're passionate about is essential to the success that you're going to have in your field. So they're passionate about solving a problem. Yeah, they're extremely passionate about solving a problem. What problem can you get passionate about? What problem can you get passionate about? I'm not sure if you're aware, but the world is in a health crisis right now. People are sick, they're suffering, they're dying. Kids, loved ones, right? The world is also in a financial crisis. Yeah? Now, rates of cancer, disease, they've worked out now that stress is one of the leading causes towards heart disease, heart attack, high blood pressure, all that type of stuff, right? And it's not the job that is killing people that's creating that stress, it's the environment. It's people being unfulfilled, working in jobs that they feel unfulfilled for. It's people that feel unappreciated, because we're actually driven and meant to be here to help and serve others. That's how we survived millions of years. We've got it all backwards these days. Okay, so the world needs you, yeah? The world needs you, and humanity needs you. Your children need you. They need you to step up and share the gift of this mission and this product and this business to go out there and change people's lives. So how do you become mission-driven? Why are you here? Think about why you are here. We often want to help others with what we have been suffering with, what we were challenged with 6 months, 12 months ago. Okay? And maybe you haven't been on the journey that long. Okay? Maybe you haven't been on the journey that long. So think about, why do you take the product? Why are you doing the business? Why are you here? And how can you help and serve others on that journey? What's a higher purpose that you can have? I'm getting a bit lost. Okay. So, creating your mission. Who here would love to be mission-driven, purpose-driven, live with passion and help and serve others? Awesome. Well, we're in the right place, right? So I want you to write down or choose a word, yeah? Mission, passion, or purpose. Choose one, whichever one resonates best with you. Doesn't matter which one it is. And I want you to write down, it's my mission, passion, or purpose. 2. Okay? And then after that, buy. So who do you want to help and serve? Do you want to help mums create an income from home so they can do mum care instead of daycare? By inspiring healthy living. It's a no-brainer, right? How do we do that? By inspiring healthy living. Now, you can word it however you want, whatever best fits with you. Or it could be, it's my mission purpose to inspire the world to live happier, longer. So whatever it is, come up with a phrase that you can live by, a mission statement, a purpose statement, okay? Who here has already done that? No? Pretty quick? Okay. I'm going to move on quick because I know we're running out of time. So I'm going to move on. But think about, to fill those spaces, right? Why are you here? What did the product give you? What did the business give you? And how can you have purpose with anything that you do. You can clean toilet bowls and have purpose about that. So how is what you do serve the greater good? Yeah? Well, for a janitor, he's cleaning the toilets and he's providing a safe, hygienic place for people to come and, well, you know what, yeah? Okay? So what do you believe? All great leaders believed in something greater than themselves. So what do you believe? I want you to write down, I believe. Right now, write this down, I believe. Remember when Kira was talking, she was saying that after vision, which in my opinion is passion and vision, they come together. Passion and vision come together, that's number one. Number two, Kira believes that belief is number two. So what do you believe in? This is the thing, right? You've got to get solid. You've got to get rock solid on why you're here and what you stand for first. So I believe in a world that, well, Martin Luther King believed in a world that little white kids and little black kids could hold hands in harmony and love and not have, the fighting and all that stuff, and he shouted that from all great leaders, I believe. So what do you believe in? I'm going to share with you what mine is, yeah? And maybe it can give you some ideas. So it's my mission and purpose to empower the world to live life on their terms, to wake up and design a life that they love with the people that they love every day, by inspiring healthy living. And I truly believe that everybody deserves to live a happy, healthy, and wealthy life, but a purpose-driven and fulfilling life too. And if a homeless youth that didn't finish high school, that was addicted to drugs, can change his life, you can too. And it's your mission, it's your duty, it's your responsibility to go out there and share this with the world, one happier, healthier, wealthier body at a time. So I want everyone to stand up. And repeat after me. Are you ready to play full out? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, read after me. I believe that this is my time. I believe that today is the day. I will no longer self-sabotage. I will stand up and claim my rightful place. Today is the day. My time has come. I am living the dream. I am making a difference. This is my time to step up. This is my time to shine. Woo! Well done, everyone. Thank you.